The obvious answer is probably, well, because they want to. And you'd be right. In this video, I'm going to talk about reasons why narcissists cheat that go much deeper than just because they feel like it. Number 1, they get an ego boost. There's going to be an obvious pattern of self-serving behavior here, and that's where it all starts. Cheating, whether it's physical, emotional, or both, gives a narcissist a crazy ego boost. They feel really good about themselves. These are very self-loathing people. Regardless of whatever front they try and put up to us or anybody else, nobody who feels good about themselves needs to behave in any of these types of ways. Nobody should be bullying you, tearing other people down so they feel good. They're very self-loathing people. It validates them that somebody else wants them, is interested in them. It makes them happy. It makes them feel loved. I use that term loosely, but still, the narcissist gets a wonderful dose of the feel-goods, and actually it doesn't just stop there. Number 2, they get supply. These two are pretty much the same thing, but along with getting, the pleasure of having somebody else, again, physically, mentally, whatever, and on top of the love and happiness and validation that I just talked about, they're also getting, of course, attention, admiration, adoration, every single thing that feels good, they're getting it when they cheat. Number 3, they get a rush. A lot of narcissists are drawn to really risky behavior. A lot of them like the idea of getting caught by their significant other, getting caught out in public, or even pulling somebody away from their spouse or pulling somebody out of a very committed long-term relationship. There's an adrenaline rush. They get off by doing things they don't have any business doing. Along the same lines, it makes them feel even better on top of everything else that I've already discussed. They feel even better knowing they have you completely fooled. When you buy the "I was working late" excuse or whatever excuse they feed you, yeah, they love it. In fact, if you pick up what a narc is putting down, you might even be rewarded for this behavior. They might treat you nicer. They might cough up a little bit of love bombing or attention because they're actually so happy that you believe the story. And you can actually test the theory. Even if you don't believe what they're saying, if you pretend like you do, you might see that you actually get a return on that. They're actually nice to you. They seem happier and peppier because they have you fooled. Or so they think. Narcs really have a need to feel superior, and it's an added bonus. Like I say, they get the rush, the fuzzy feelings, the sex, the attention, and they fool you to top it off. It's like a win-win-win-win-win situation for a narcissist. If you would like to talk one-on-one about a narcissistic relationship that you're in right now, or maybe you're still working on getting over a relationship like this, you can email BookAChatWithJess@gmail.com to set up private chats and coaching with me if you feel you need it. Number 4, they aren't scared. Let's get back to what I briefly mentioned in the intro. Narcissists cheat because they want to. Well, everybody cheats because they want to. But a narcissist just flat out isn't scared of any of the consequences. 9 times out of 10, a narcissist isn't scared of the punishment or consequences if they're caught because there just aren't any. We might get mad or very, very sad, yell, scream, cry, go radio silent for a few days. Maybe we throw them out. Maybe they're stuck sleeping on the sofa or out in their car or somewhere else. But in time, we let them back in. We come around, we forgive them, whatever. When I discovered I was getting played like an absolute fiddle, I cried, I yelled, I asked myself, why would he do this? I was yelling and screaming at him. Why would you do this? What was the issue? What was the problem? I was distraught and broken and naturally beside myself. This man proceeded to, of course, tell me he was sorry, fake apology. Of course, told me it would never happen again. He even cried, but he backhandedly also let me know that it was my fault, of course. And trust me, the story changed several times, but the point is, all he got from me as a consequence was me crying, getting angry for a little while, and that was it. I didn't ghost him. I didn't leave him. There was no breakup. There was no me saying, okay, for me to stay, you have to start doing things this way, or you have to check in, or you have to. There was nothing. There was no real consequence for his behavior. He sat there and overly apologized every time I would call him out on it. And that was it. So I basically taught him that what he was doing was not necessarily okay, but I wouldn't do anything about it. So he just kept doing it. He wasn't scared of me. He wasn't fazed by me. He knew he didn't have to take me seriously. I wasn't going to leave him. I wasn't going to stop talking to him. There was literally no reason not to. My kindness was taken as weakness, and I guess it probably was. So he just kept doing exactly what he wanted to do. Number 5, they use the cheating against you. As I just mentioned, I was told the cheating was my fault. I didn't spend enough time with him, so he did what he had to do. I know, just the poor soul, right? What's the number for the Red Cross? Where do I send the fucking donations? Not only was I cheated on, I was then blamed for the cheating, and I know I'm not alone. This is incredibly common with toxic people. Truly narcissistic of somebody to say, well, obviously I did something super wrong, but you made me do it. I did it because of these certain circumstances where you also have those circumstances, but you didn't cheat on me, but that's okay. I'm totally sure I tied this dude to a chair and said, you'll cheat on me, damn it. Now you'll just do it. Okay. When this happened to me, it did exactly what it was supposed to do when I was blamed for this. I took a step back and I self-reflected. And I decided that since I was told I wasn't spending enough time, well, it just naturally had to be true. And then I tried harder. So not only was there no punishment, no consequence for breaking my heart, he was then rewarded as I tried harder to be more available and do better, jumping through any hoop he would put in front of me, anything, chomping at the bit to get him to notice me, to love me, to think that I was the only person that he needed, that I was good enough for him. I've learned over my time studying all of this that almost everything that a narcissist does actually serves a dual purpose. Sure, they have an affair and they get off on it literally, and they get an ego boost and they get a rush and they get supply and get rewarded. They get all of this stuff simply from having an affair. They get all of this. There's a dual, triple, all kinds of purposes just from this one single act, as you can see here. As always, tell me what I missed. What else did they get from having an affair? Again, physical, emotional, or both. You can share anything else you feel comfortable sharing down in the comments. Please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day, survivor, and take care of yourself.